Hello and welcome everyone to my channel. So today we are going to be drawing and painting a bear. I'm just getting my music up in the background. There we go. So I can have something to listen to while I work. Okie doke. So I am going to be drawing, it's a bit blurry, there we go, get it back into zoom. Drawing a grizzly bear, or a black bear actually. So I'm just going to start with the rough shapes. I'll draw his face first. Bear, how you doing, puppy? My dog's playing around in the boxes behind me. So I'm just going to start with a basic shape of his face. I wasn't sure what to draw today. I just felt like doing a scribble, just having a play. And I figured a bear was fun. I haven't done one in a while, and I can practice the texture of the fur and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to draw him in ink. So I'll get his face in first, and I'll just check his measurements. So he's got, actually I've got to bring his face down a bit longer, make it a bit thicker, a bit lower, down onto his nose, like that. I'm going to change his eyes. Oops. So I'll start, not happy with his nose already. Now his head and his nose, his head's wide, so it's the same distance from the side of his head, the width of his nose and the side of his head. So I've got to broaden his head up a bit. I've got to get my eraser, like that. I might even change the angle of his head. I might, oh no, I'll draw him face on. Or I might even, actually, I am going to change it. I am going to change it. Change the angle to a side angle, a slightly side on angle. There we go. So you can change things as you go. Now he's got, just makes it a bit easier for me to see perspective. Like that. And a round ear. Beautiful big heads they have, gorgeous big heads. I do love bears. And then this beautiful big mane. So I drop his nose down a fraction, just a fraction. Then draw his nostril in there. He's got an eye there. His other eye on this side. Like that. That's looking a bit better. Okay. Then he's got chin fur coming down here. It's just gorgeous, and I hope I've given him enough room for his legs. I have. He'll probably come right down to the bottom of this drawing, this page. That's alright, I should have lifted him up a fraction higher. But that's okay. I'm going to drop his back down a bit more. Like that. Beautiful broad shoulders. Now his head and his legs are actually the same length, so I do have room. Head, legs, yep, so we're good. Because I measure everything against the head on any animal that I draw. It's just how I measure things. I've taught myself that over the years. And now his back is the same length as his head, so I've got that about right. Maybe shorten it a fraction, but make him a bit more stocky. Have his leg turned in. like that. I need to lift him up, don't I? I'm going to have to erase him again. I'm going to have to erase him and lift him up. I've got him too short. He just doesn't look the right. Oh, bugger. That's what happens, though. This is the thing. You got to draw and practice and redraw. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, I've got my music very loud. I'll turn that down a fraction. There we go. I'm going to lift him up. Again. Just draw the shape of his head. Like that. His nose is about there. Make his head taller. Come around here. Ear there. Ear there. So I draw the head first and then measure everything else. He's got an eye there. Nose is shaped like that. And then he's got an eye here. Like that. I'm going to bring that eye in a bit closer. Like that. Then he's got beautiful lips like that. And his mouth comes just behind his nose there. Okay, that's looking a bit better. Hello, Galactica. How are you? How are you? How are you? I've just got home from work and I felt like drawing a little bit of a scribble, a bit of a bear. So I'm just going to draw his mane on. He's got a beautiful thick woolly neck. Now his head, like I said, his head and his legs are actually from his shoulder. I'll draw his shoulder first. And then his leg is the length of his head. So his shoulder and then his leg. That's better. That's looking a bit better. Good, thank you. How are you? I'm good. And hello, Dave. How are you? I was going to draw a black bear, but now I've moved to a brown bear. I just felt like drawing something that had lots of fur because I want to do more ink practice. And I thought bears have got amazing texture, and my son-in-law's Canadian and he loves bears. So I thought, you know what, I'll draw a bear. And it can be, if it works well, it can be a Christmas present for someone or a birthday present for his mum. But yeah, so I had a good busy day at work today and I just felt like chilling and drawing. Yes, yeah, I just needed to, I want to do more fur because I've been drawing lots of ink drawings, but I just felt like I wanted to practice more fur. So I've been doing lots of washes and I want to try and get away from the washes. It's got 5 toenails. Alright, this foot's sort of turned. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I can only see, I can see 4 of them. There we go. Make that foot a bit wider. So what's everyone up to today? Now he's got beautiful belly fur. They're just gorgeous. They are just so fuzzy wuzzy. They really are. I've got to turn this music down. It is super loud. There we go. That's a bit better. Alright. His back leg again. His back leg is 1 and a bit times, so his leg's the length of his head, but then I add a little bit extra for the foot. I'm having some food and hanging here while I wait for my printer to do its thing. Nice. Nice. I need to invest in a new printer. Mine's about had it. My dog is digging in my art supplies. Bear, what have you found? I have no idea what he's got into, but he's a little terror. And his name's Bear. Alright, so I'm going to actually, this other leg, his other back leg is up here. You can only just see the back half of it, like that. There we go. Am I going to do a background? Had a nice walk this evening. Guess it's the morning for you though. Happy Tuesday. Thank you. It is nearly 3 in the afternoon here now. Nearly 3 in the afternoon. So, I've worked till lunchtime. And I got home at like 1:30 and had a bit of lunch. and just did a little tiny bit of housework, and then thought, nah, got to do art. Got to do art. I need my daily art fix. Need my art fix. All right, I'm going to get straight in with the ink now. I've got my ink already, and I've got my water happening. All right, I'm going to go straight in with my ink. And I'm just going to draw bajaggedy lines. I guess I usually catch scribbles earlier in the day, so I'm used to being morning for her. Yes, yeah. And when I have normal hours at work, I've got extra hours at the moment. When I have normal hours, I am on like 6 hours ago. So yeah, I don't usually stream in the afternoons, but my hours have changed at work, so I just do it when I can. When I can now. For the next few weeks, it's going to be a bit up and down what times and things. I've just got to squeeze streams in when I can. At the moment, I think I might have made his nose a little bit big, but that's okay. It's going to be fun to do stippling on the patterns on his little nose and everything. So, doing hatching, but I've got so much ink on my pen that it's filling it in like a wash anyway, so that's fine. Happy with that. Happy with that. Come down here. They really are just magnificent creatures. They really are beautiful. I would love to go to Canada at some point, or anywhere that has bears, and see one in the wild. I think that would be magical. My daughter brought photos home when she went to Canada. She got, well, not up close to them, but they had them. They drove past them on their bus, and she got to take some photos that she brought back for me. They are just magnificent. I love bears, just wish they were more friendly. Yes! Yeah, if I ever saw one, the last thought I'd have would be, oh, cuddles. Because I can guarantee I'd want to cuddle one. That'd be the last thing I do. So I'm just going to draw the highlight on the eye and just fill in around the edge. There we go, like that. Okay. Now he's got his beautiful lip. What's the matter, Bear? What have you done? He's dug through all my cupboard at the bottom, my art cupboard. What's the matter? You going to come and say hello? Come and say hello to everyone. Come on, Bear. Come on, my little bear. So this is my bear. Oh, my little Jack Russell. He's my little best friend. And he's everywhere I am, and he's licking my earphones. You don't need to lick my earphones, Bear. So he comes and streams with me whenever I stream, don't you, Bear? Now I've got to find my dip pen just fell down. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh no. I heard it drop. Oh, there it is. It's alright, just rolled off the side. Where in Canada did she see the bear from? The bus? Saskatchewan, and I either have to go far north. I don't actually remember where it was. I don't remember where it was. I just know the photos were gorgeous. She went all around New Zealand. She went, not New Zealand, Canada. New Zealand and Canada remind me of each other because of the scenery. They're both magnificent scenery, mountainous and gorgeous. Yeah, I can't remember. She went to a lot of places. So around Canada, but so I couldn't actually tell you. I don't remember. I'd have to ask her, and she's at work at the moment. And I'm drawing this on Bristol paper. I had to think then on Bristol paper. Alright. And I'm just going to keep the edges rough. The edges and the lines rough. Maybe they're more common in Ontario because of all the forests, but also BC. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to find out. I'll have to find out where it was. But yeah, they're just moseying along the side of the road. It was a forested area, but yeah, it was amazing how close they got. Not too common in the prairies. Yeah, well, I suppose they like to have the cover of the forests. And there's a lot up Alaska way, isn't there? Sort of up into the more wild areas. So I'm just going to draw the mainy bits. I'm finding that the ink really absorbs. I've got two different brands. This is the Lana, and I've also got another brand of Bristol paper that they absorb differently. They do absorb the ink differently. Yukon and the Northwestern Territories as well. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to follow the direction of the fur. Just doing hatching a little bit in the shadow area. I'm going to work from front to back if I can. And I won't cover his whole body in fur. I'm going to work my way around and try and pick and choose where I do more pen marks than others, just to help create texture. But you do too much is too much. Less is more. Alright. But I'll work my way from the front to the back. Got to square off the end of his nose a little bit, because he's got sort of flat whiskery bits around the front here. And then little whiskery dots there, like that. I've got to add some more detail to the mouth line. My goodness, Bear. It's my dog. He's called Bear. Being a terror. Aren't you, little Bubba? You've been a terror. Okay. Darken up under there again, under that iris pupil. There. Get some hair texture coming up here. I just thought this would be a fun one to practice and play. And try. And I can just do... And they've got quite long fur from the looks. Long and rough, which is fun. Alright. Work my way up into his throat, up here. Actually, I'm going to round out his nose a bit. I've got to take the nose angle out that side a bit. So you can adjust and readjust. Even though you're still doing ink, you can move things around a little bit. Got a shadow underneath here. Like that. And I'm actually going to bring his throat out a bit further. His throat fur, I haven't got him thick enough through the chest there. So I'm just going to add fur texture here. That's all in shadow anyway, so that's fine. So you can see you can adjust, even if you do things in ink, you can adjust things out and around. I used to live in Calgary, Alberta, and it's only an hour away from the mountains. Banff Lake, Louise, etc. I miss going out that way. God, I mean, I've never been. I've only seen photos, and I've only been told by my son-in-law and his family. But, you know, if I ever travel, that is one place I want to go. I would love to go. I had a friend of mine did her veterinary degree, and she trained at Banff, and yeah, also lots of photos from there. It's great when I have friends that go overseas and they get all animal photos for me. It's awesome. But yeah, she did all her veterinary training in Canada. You have some of the best vets in the world over there. So I'm just working my way down around to his mane. Alright, follow the direction of the fur. Always remembering to follow the direction of the fur. Coming down. All the way down onto his chest. Like that. Closest I've been to Canada is Minnesota. Wow. Yeah, the furthest I've never been to anywhere over that side of the planet. I've been New Zealand and Tasmania, and that's it. How did you find it, Galactica? How did you find it? Did you enjoy? Yeah, I've never been anywhere. Love to go out your way. I must admit, I want to travel around this side. I could quite happily live in Tasmania. Tasmania is magnificent. New Zealand's even more magnificent. But I don't know. Canada looks magical. But New Zealand's that kind of magical. It was my first overseas trip. Loved it. Went for Christmas. Oh, wow! So you would have had a white Christmas, because over here we have like really hot summers. So you would have had a white Christmas. That would be a fun experience. Just to have a proper white Christmas. Because, yeah, we're usually about 40 odd degrees. New Zealand, Australia and Tasmania have been on my list for a long time. Well, just do it, Dave. Do it. So I think money conversion rate, it's much more affordable for you guys to come here than us to go there. But yeah, highly recommend Tasmania, especially Hobart. And New Zealand, I went to the South Island. I took my kids for a ski holiday. And oh my God, the mountains, insanely gorgeous. Like Canada, like that kind of glorious. I have to afford it first. That's a long way off. Oh, you know what? It's an aim. Aim for it. It's an ambition. Something to aim for. That's what I work for. I work to save for holidays. That's why I'm working. But I want to travel around Australia. I've got friends who are gold prospecting in Western Australia. And I wouldn't mind going over there and having a bit of a play with them, going gold fossicking. Bear. And yeah, I want to travel Australia, and then I'll travel the world. Maybe, we'll see. So they've got shorter fur on their feet. Come into here, rough up the fur on the inside of this leg. So you can see I'm not doing any sort of flat, straight lines. I'm trying to keep my lines rough, because bears are rough and fluffies. Rough and fluffy. I actually did an oil painting of one not so long ago. One of the first oil paintings I did, actually, of a bear catching a trout. And that was fun. I'll be heading to the Grand Canyon this year. Oh my God, wow. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Awesome. That is another landmark I'd like to see, because that looks insanely beautiful. So excited. Awesome. So you're going for Christmas again, or what's the plan? Same time of year? Yeah, cool. Oh, okie doke. So you get together and do arts again. Oh, do some landscapes out at the Grand Canyon, hey? I'll be home a bit before Christmas this year. Okay, cool. Cool. Oh, that'll be lovely. I'm changing this foot again. I have a bad habit of moving things when I do a drawing. I never sort of quite stick to the exact drawing. I do tend to move things around as I go. I think, look at it and go, nah, that needs to change. So I've just wiggled things around a fraction. Again, following the fur lines. Yeah, I think my hubby and I were going to try and drive around Australia this Christmas. We were going to try. Don't know how that'll go, but if we go a little bit of the way. If you can get the leaf at the same time, it'll be good. Alright, so you can see I've roughed in the basic sort of hairy areas. It's looking great so far. Thank you. Thank you. It's good fun. I'm going to try and do just line work. I've been doing lots of washes. Yesterday I did, was it yesterday or the day before, I did Charge of the Light Brigade, which was our Australian Anzacs from the First World War. I'll show you that picture. I did, where is it? Oh, I did this sketch of the horses, the Charge of the Light Brigade, and I did that, but I did it just washes. But I want to do a lot more line work, so not less what do you call it? Less washes, more ink work, more pen work. And this is one I did the other day. I was in a bit of a war mode, so I did this little Spitfire aeroplane, sort of practicing landscapes in the background. I'm going a bit rogue. I'm doing a bit of everything. Saw the Spitfire on YouTube. Oh, cool! Yeah, I have a bit of a thing. I love war scenes. I do love war scenes. I love a dogfight. And your favourite plane? Yes, mine too. That. And it's not the B-52 bomber. It's the Dam Buster bomber. I've gone completely blank on what it's called. But I've drawn them a million times, and I absolutely love them. I've even got a book on. My brain's gone completely blank. But I love drawing the bombers, and I've done a couple of Dam Buster scenes over the years. Now I'm just going to draw. I can only see like one or two of his toes on there, so I'm just going to draw that in there. And that leg is almost completely in shadow, so I'm just going to do hatches, like just long single lines, the direction that the fur would go. So are you streaming tonight, Galacticat? I'm going to shout out Galacticat, an amazing, amazing, amazing streamer. Shout out at Galacticat. Can I do that? Yes, it helps. Do that. Ta-da! Did that work? There we go, it worked. So anyone in chat, follow Galacticat, an amazing streamer, gorgeous artist. Gorgeous artist. Mitch painted me a Spitfire for my birthday before we were together. Oh, wow! Cool. Yeah, I have a bit of a thing for war art. I've done a few over here. Like in Australia, we have art shows. So they're like a group exhibition. So if you're in an art group or things like that, they'll have an exhibition a couple of times a year, and you can enter the exhibition. And I did a war art series. So I did Fighting Spitfires. I did the HMAS Anzac, the battleship. And what else did I do? I did the Dam Busters. Just small. They were like A4 size paintings for the art show. And they did really well, actually. I sold a couple to different RSLs, which is our army support. They're like a pub, restaurants and stuff, and pubs, and where soldiers can get together. Returned Soldiers League it is. Hello, Shomi. How are you? Your day off? Lovely. Looking at those old planes puts me in the mood for watching Porco Rosso again. Porco Rosso? What's that? I've not even heard of that. Yeah, I just love it. I love war art. And I do acrylic. I have done a few acrylics of them. That's probably the first ink picture I've done. So it's a bit of fun, a bit different. I did a Spitfire for him in watercolour after he did one for me in acrylic. It took me a photo. I took a photo of one of him in our aviation museum to match the same angle as the one he did. Nice. Oh, it's a Japanese animated movie, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Oh, cool. Working on a commission for a lady's cat. Nice. Very good. Busy, busy. We're all busy little artists at the moment. Yeah, there's a place around the road here on a farm, and they're restoring one. Oh my god, it's beautiful. And they every so often I'll go past and they'll have the tarps off it, and they'll be doing work on it. And they've taken it, they took it back to its base coat, and they've repatched it all up, welded it all back together again, and it looks back like a Spitfire again. Oh my god! And they've just got all the new paint work on it, and it is just heavenly. It is just the most beautiful thing, the most beautiful thing. So I've been so tempted to pull in and ask him if I can take photographs. So tempted. Every time I see it with the tarp off, I'm like, oh, I'm going to pull in, I'm going to pull in, I'm going to stop, I'm going to go and get some photos. But I'll have to go to the air show because we've got Avalon Air Show when it happens, and all the fighters come out. So I might have to duck over to Avalon and have a look when they come out next. I think that's every couple of years. Alright, get these little toes in this side. These little claws. 5 claws. Have you heard of Studio Ghibli? I have. I've never watched, I haven't seen any Studio Ghibli art. I mean, I've seen their art, but I've seen, what do they call it? Like fan art of it. I've never watched an actual movie, but I've seen a lot of fan art. A few of my friends here on Twitch do Ghibli fan art. So I've seen like their versions of it. But yeah, I haven't actually watched a Ghibli movie. But it is very popular. I know that much. Miyazaki is the main director for that studio. Oh, okay, Porco Rosso is the Studio Ghibli film. Okay, cool. I'll have to Google. I might have to hunt one down and have a watch. I'm going to leave and lurk while I wash up my dishes. No worries, Dale. It's a date night. So I may not pop back in. No, that's okay, but have a fabulous stream. It was lovely to catch. Lovely to see you too, Dale. It's always lovely. I'll try and pop into your stream when you're on again, Dale. I've been literally coming home from work and dropping dead, like coming home and going to sleep, because I am so not used to working long hours. So, yeah, I've been literally getting home from work, eating dinner and going to bed. So I haven't been watching anyone's streams. I feel really bad. But this week it's a bit lighter, so I'll be able to come pop in and watch. So hopefully I'll see you then, Dale. Have a fun date night. Say hi to Mitch. And I'll see you when I'm looking at you. That's so cute, date night. Love it. Love it, love it. You've got to do that. Scott, my husband and I still have date night. We've been married 30 years next year. We still have date day. Every Wednesday's date day. Thank you. Shall see you later. See you later, Dale. You got to do it, because life's too short not to. You got to enjoy each other. Thank you for the follow, Confetti Yeti. Great name. Love Confetti Yeti. It's a fabulous name. So now I've done the base of the drawing. I am going... My dog is being an absolute little terror. He's actually pulled all of the stuff out of the bottom basket. You little terror. Little terror-lera, bearer. Okay, so I'm just going to draw some grass in the background, because I want to sort of have him grounded. And maybe draw some, I don't know, some scrubby tree things in the background. I'm going to draw some trees. Let's draw some trees in the background, because I don't want just a flat picture. This is where I'm trying to be a bit more adventurous with my pictures and add a little bit more interest in them. So I'm going to add some trees, and then maybe like a little ferny looking thing. Have Having a regular date night would seem like the best way to keep a marriage relationship going, putting effort into spending quality. Absolutely. Time together. Absolutely. Yeah, my husband and I have had a date day every Wednesday. We go to lunch, or we'll see a movie, or we'll just sit out the back and have a couple of beers together. Every week. We don't miss it. Even if it's just lunch, we'll always just do that. Even if we just have a barbecue at home, we hang out, we'll just chat, and it's one day a week. We just do that together, and it's lovely because we both work hard, and you get so sucked down in life. But yeah, it's one thing I would recommend in a relationship: always have a date day, or at least put aside an hour a day, an hour or two, one day a week, just for you guys, just for yourselves. Well, my kids are grown up now. My kids are nearly 30. So they're well and truly living their own lives. Okay. Now I've got to be careful here because I'm adding these trees in. I'm just going rogue and I've added these trees in. I've got to pick a light direction. So I'm going to have the light coming from behind. So everything will have to be lighter on the right hand side. And for the bark of the tree, I'm literally just doing a ton of lines. Like, it's not hard. It's just a shite load of lines. I'll leave that little bush at the bottom. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Just set time. Exactly, just time. It is just having the time together to sit with yourselves and just be together. It's that simple. That's exactly right, Dale. It's exactly that simple. Even if it's meeting at a coffee shop and going and having a cup of coffee. You only need 10 minutes. Something just together. So I'm just going to scribble like ferny looking things. Or even like that's more like a grass tree, but anyway, that's fine. Plants are just for effect, they're just to give something in the background. Because I didn't want the background to be just flat. I might even quickly Google a background so I can have something to work from because I'm sort of freehanding at the second and I'm trying to imagine what I would put behind him. Let's have a look. What else have we got? I could put a fallen tree, put a branch coming down here. Backgrounds can be tricky. Yes, and I've always been a bit scared of backgrounds. So, you know what? That's why I'm trying to go, you know what? I'm going to do something that it's out of my comfort zone. So I put a fallen branch there. And it's just texture. Just keep dipping my pen into my inky bit. You just got to be brave and have a go sometimes. Because it's not my comfort zone. Backgrounds are definitely not my comfort zone. But I've been trying to push myself more and more to do them. And of course now I've done this background, I'm thinking I have to do a wash. But we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. And because that goes in behind him, I have to draw like the pattern going in behind him. Because that tree would go over here. And in behind his little legs there. Because that tree would be long. And then, whoops, branch coming off there. Like that. Okay, now I'm just going to Google a picture. Just because I can. Bear mountains and see what comes up. Bear in mountains, because I might pop even images. Oh, there's a place called Bear Mountains. Okay, bears. We'll just go bears and see what pictures come up. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm looking at the backgrounds, and there's an awful lot of ferneries and a lot of cypressy looking trees. Decisions. All right, maybe some bushes. So we're gonna have a look at this picture. That's a black bear, but it doesn't. Oh, that's ivy. It's like ivy. I can't draw ivy. Ivy's too much. There's too much. Okay, having a quick look. Bears in forest. Let's see what that comes up. Forest. Images. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to draw like a mountain going down there. Like that. And have another mountain going across the back there. So they're in the distance. Like that. And they can disappear off behind that tree. Okay. And then I will attempt to draw. So there's sort of all distant. I'll draw some bushes sort of over here, which is just scribbles, really. Like that. Just so that they just have to look like, sort of give you the expression, the impression, that's the word I'm looking for, the impression of bushes and shrubbery off in the distance there like that. Just to give it a bit of three-dimensionalness. Like that. Then I'll continue on across here. Or some over here, just to give the horizon line-ish effect. I always enjoyed Bill Watterson's background art because it was simple enough, but there was enough detail to build the world around Calvin. Cool. Yeah, and that's what I'm learning. It doesn't have to be complex and scary. Like, I always used to look at all the detail, and you don't need to look at all the detail. You just need to create the effect. Your eye does the trickery. Like, it's all effects. Like, even that has given a little sort of effect of background, and the grass is just scribble like that. So we've got a wildflower sort of patch here. So I'm just going to draw just scribble, rogue scribble for the grass. I think I am going to have to add a wash just behind him for the mountains, just because why not? And I'll put some clouds in because why not? Calvin and Hobbes, if you didn't know. I'd not heard of them. No idea. Yep, so I'll have to look it up. I'm learning a lot today, Dave. I'm learning a lot. All the things to look up and learn about. But it's fun. That's what I love about this, because I wouldn't be doing half the things I'm doing if it wasn't for Twitch and everyone I've met here. You know, the subjects, the ideas. So I'm just going to draw the grass in there and in here. Can you hear my dog in the background? Oh my god, he's being a little pain. So rough all that in. That'll be all in shadow as well. Oh, I've got an itchy head. Okay, it's an American comic strip, a 6-year-old boy and his stuffed tiger. Oh, it's alive in Calvin's imagination. That's gorgeous. I love things like that. It's like Winnie the Pooh. Okay, I'm going to draw like a little fern in here. Or a little planty thing just in there. Like that. And some grass in the foreground. Longer grass, more detail. A little bit. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wash the background with the mountains. I'm just going to get a little bit of ink on my palette. Make sure it's wet, really diluted. Okay, because I want the furthest mountain to be quite pale. So I'm going to quickly get that onto the paper. And this, I must admit, this, what's it called? Bristol paper is actually, it holds water really well. Surprisingly, it holds water well. So I've got to continue along. I should be using a bigger brush to carry the ink. I could be doing watercolour as well, which probably, because the ink dries so fast, you really don't have a lot of time to move it around. Bear Bear, my doggy's being a little noisy boy. Noisy Bear Bear. Alright, coming around, wetting my brush again. Got to keep that moving. Alright, like that. Alright. Come down between these trees. Just fill in that. Like that. Come right down the side here. Like that. Alright. It was a newspaper, but there are books out. His Sunday strip usually had a bigger drawing along with the regular strip. Oh, cool. Cool, cool. So now for a bit of texture, I'm just going to add in a little bit of variation. Don't want it just one solid sort of greyish. Exactly the same as ink, as watercolour, light to dark. Just to get some interest on there. So it's not just flat. It's nothing worse than just a flat painting. Alright, coming back around here. And I can draw a few little textures over the top of that if I want to. I can just even blob them in with the pen, with the brush, I mean. Just to create, while that's still damp, I can move it around like that. Darker in there because that's almost all in shadow. Okay, like that. Then this one in the foreground is a bit darker because it's closer. So I'm actually just going to do like swirls because mountains aren't flat. Yeah, they look like trees and forests, so they're swirly. So I'm just going to do swirls with the tip of my brush. That'll help to create a little bit of texture in the way the paint sits on the paper. Like that. And I'm still learning, like I'm still fiddling and figuring out what works and what doesn't. That looks better, I think. So I might even do that again. Go over the other one. Add some more water. And just add sort of tree rough swirlies to make them interesting. Like that. Whoops, that's a bit too dark, but that's okay. I'll just add some water and drag it around like that. Whoops, come down around there. Like that. And just add blobby bits to add texture like that. There we go. So that'll do. That'll do, I reckon. So that gives you the effect of mountains-ish. Now for the clouds, I will add some clouds. I'm just going to get very diluted ink and water and just blot that on the paper and then pick it off. Blot it on, pick it off. Like that. Wet it. Just go rough shapes and then pick it up. Just to create clouds. Smaller ones in the distance, bigger ones close up. Like that. There we go. Just a few clouds up there. Right, now we can get back onto my actual, well, the whole background can pretty much be the ink wash. Get my dip pen again. Now I can go back into my little scrub bushes under here. Go really dark underneath because they're in shadow underneath. The bottoms of them are the darkest. So that's a very, very simple background. Like a super, super simple background. And it's just an imagined one. I've used the trees are out of my mind. He's sort of just coming out of the bush. Come out of his hide, and he's just looking for something to eat. Okay, so now I've got to drop some, so now I can get onto the fur detail anyway. Okay, having a look. Oh, got to go back to my reference, hey. So, Doesn't matter, I've got a bit of mountain colour on him. Okay, so I can fill in his ear fur. Come around his ears. I might even fill in like the tree and that. I might wash that. I won't wash the bear, his fur, like I won't do ink washes, but I will for the trees and stuff. Okay, got to darken up the inside of his ears because he is super dark. Around in here, just still doing little zigzags. Come around the edge of his eye. He's actually got quite a lot of fur and shadow around this side of his eye. Like that. Long fur coming down here. Like that. Just being careful, always remembering to go the direction of the fur. And I can draw different sort of sections just to help fill that in. Give him a little stretch coming around there, bit up the top here. And I can do a bit of stippling as well, just to help bring everything together, because he's got a bit of shadow on this side, but I'll do stippling, so just using the top of the point of my pen, and I'll take that around, also around onto his nose. I'm going to do stripes the direction of his nose, like that. Really darken up his nostrils. It's interesting that bears don't often have patterns in their fur, usually just a solid colour or two shades. Yeah, I'm just going with, well, see, I've learnt to look for like a lot more colour in things, like reflections of other things. So naturally they're sort of browns and blacks, but I can see, like, I see blues and I see all kinds of weirdness in colour. in like, if you look at a tree, they're never green. There's all, like, I'm looking at the trees now, I can see white, pink, brown, blue, yellow, definitely greens, about 7 different greens. It's fun. One of my old art, my watercolour teacher, taught me to look for colour in things. And it's mind blowing. When you actually start to look, you really start to see. It's amazing. It's fascinating. Just doing that, looking at things and trying to see colours, it's like, oh my God, I would never have known there was that kind of colour in stuff. It's a real eye opener. It's fun. Lots of fun. So, like, I've done pictures of blackbirds and kookaburras, and not kookaburras, magpies, and they're like a really shiny black here in Australia. And I use blue. I don't use black. I just use blues and purples. But it gives you the effect. So it's amazing. And like a black bear, I'd probably use a lot of blue. If I was using colour, I'd use blues and purples. And with the browns, I'd use a lot of red. Like I go sienna and colours like that. Because, yeah. My favourite animal colour is transparent sienna, and like, I've got a brown bear reference, and he's actually, I could do him with transparent sienna, and a bit of burnt sienna and a bit of burnt umber. And then, like, for the highlights, an orangey red. But I'm really feeling the passion back for just drawing. guess that's the difference between a trained artist and a non-artist. Well, I'm not trained. Technically, I'm not trained. I've been lucky to know a few fabulous artists who've given me tips. I did start to go to uni, and I lasted about 3 months. I couldn't do it. I do art my way. I absorb a little bit of what everyone says, but I couldn't do it in a strict formatted way. I checked my mailbox, and apparently, what's happened? It was full of cake. Love it. That's an option. I'd like a mailbox full of cake. You have not sent me your talent. What is up with that? Hey? No. All right, now I've got to come down under here. No cake. Alright, fill this in. I'm going to go super dark on the inside of this thigh here. I want to create real contrast here now. Actually, I have to say, I did a painting for a lady at work, one of her aunties, and she's in her 90s, and she barracked for a band called oh my god, I've got music in my head. So she barracked for a football club called the Brisbane Lions, and so she wanted a portrait of a lion, so I did a portrait of a lion for her. So she baked me a cake. So I've actually got a cake in payment. That was cute. I did it for fun, like I didn't expect anything, but she baked me a cake. So I've actually got beautiful cake in my pantry. So I have got a cake. Sounds like a nice trade. But I think so. I love doing things like that. Because who can afford art? I mean, honestly. I've actually got a few. I've got do Christmas cards and stuff for friends and things, and do design cards. And my dad used to do that, actually. My dad used to design Christmas cards for people, and he was a beautiful draftsman, my dad. And I've still got his drawings in my cupboard. And my grand uncle actually was a beautiful artist. I've got his paintings. They're like 120 years old, hanging up in my lounge room. He painted horses and landscapes and all that kind of stuff. But yes, I've been known to do paintings for cake. And what else? Just for fun, half the time. I just enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. Like another girl had lost her dog, had to be put down, sent over the Rainbow Bridge. So I got some photos of her old dog, and I did a painting of it, and I just gave it to her. Bear, get out of there, little terror. It's my little dog being a terror. But you know, art makes me feel good, so I like to share it. I have to say, I don't make a lot of money off it. I just love doing it. And if it makes people happy, that makes me happy. Alright. Having a look. So I'm not going to do like every hair, because that would just be insane. That's the best way to do it. If you make some money, fine, but it's mainly for love. But yeah, mine's all about for the love of it. I like making people feel good. I like surprising people. Quite often, they'll get a drawing, I'll do drawings. I don't, if you can't afford gifts, you do a drawing. People love it. You give them a little card as a painting, and they can frame it, or they can re-gift it to someone else. Like, as a thank you, there's a place that my husband and I go and stay quite a lot, and it's a beautiful, beautiful apartment. And so I did them paintings for Christmas that they could hang in their apartments. So, you know, it was a thank you to them for their great service and great management of their apartments. And so I did them a few paintings that would hang up, like deliberately did them to suit the rooms. So it's just, yeah, it's nice, it's fun. I used to do commissions, but I stopped enjoying it because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I'm not good at doing what I'm told to do. I like to do what I want. It's different if it's like that pet portrait I did of the girl whose dog had passed. I wanted to do that. You know, that was something special that she's got forever. Things like that I love. But I'm not going to charge her either because then I felt bad. I was like, no, I did it because I wanted to do that. I'm hopeless. I'm very bad at business. I'm just not a good business person when it comes to art. I like to give things away. Will you draw the bear's honey pot next? No. This bear, I could do Winnie the Pooh in a honey pot. I could do Winnie the Pooh in his honey pot. I had drawn a Winnie the Pooh. I think he's scrolling through in my bottom of my picture. I did the whole Pooh family. Did Pooh and Owl and Piglet and Eeyore, and I could do a fan art Winnie the Pooh again. I haven't done one for a while. You know what I want to do? Snoopy. I love Snoopy. I haven't drawn Snoopy in like 40 years. I used to draw Snoopy all the time when I was a kid. Love Snoopy. And Fred the Basset. Oh my god, Snoopy and Fred the Basset were my favourite characters. He was a cartoon. I don't know whether you had him overseas, but he was a big character over here in our papers, back when we had cartoons in newspapers. Showing my age. I don't think they even do that anymore. Alright, having a look. Now I'm going to go back onto my trees, and I've got to get, you know what, I'm going to go back to washes on my trees. I'm not going to do washes on my bear, but I am going to do washes on my trees because I need to fill in the background a bit more. So I'm just going to, because that's a fallen tree that goes down under there. Goes down between his legs there, under his tum, disappears off. I'll just get some almost dirty water for the top of it because it's highlight there. Now I'll add a bit more ink, a little bit, let it flow up, go darkest darks to the bottom. Whoops, a bit too dark, that's alright. Just drag that out with a wet brush, like that. Continue down there. Okay, that gives that a little bit of, that should be your next sketch, Snoopy versus the Red Baron. Or, where the dog house is converted into a plane, that would be cute. Just gone doing 17 bookmarks, which I stippled different landscapes, nice, and made copies for 250 bookmarks, then trimmed them, laminated them, trimmed them again, lol. Oh my god, it's a lot of work, but I'm handing them out to our seniors. That's beautiful! That's it. That's what it's all about. That's exactly what it's all about. And they'll appreciate that so much. So I'm just going to work my way down. That's lovely, doll. And that's the thing, you know, like I'll do art giveaways here on the channel. And I send, like, you know, I get subscribers and stuff. So that's enough. And that's enough. And usually that'll cover, like I'll do a giveaway and that the subscription covers my mail. You know, so I sort of break even when I get subscribers and stuff because I'll do art giveaways or whatever, and I'll send the stuff. I just send it over. But I don't technically ask for money. I'm like, nah. I do it because I want to do it. Hanging out with you is fun. Let's go dark, dark on the face of that tree. Like that. And then coming down. There we go. That gives that some shadow, and I'm actually going to do that too on the bottom side of this tree. Just really strengthen it. And then drag it while it's still wet. Like that. What are you doing, Bear? What have you got? No, don't eat the box, you little terror. He's eating a box. This little naughty boy. Hopefully one of them will give me... See, that's the thing! I was wrapped because last time I got a box of cookies, like a box of homemade cookies. And then it's like shortbread cookies. Yum. And then this time I've got cake. She's like, what would you like? And I'm like, just anything baked. Anything home baked is good. Because I love, yeah, it's awesome. And my whole family, I come home and they're like, oh, who bought these? And it's like, no, I gave away a painting and I got some baked goods. It's good fun. It makes me laugh. And who can afford it, like I say. Alright. Just darken up this side. Keep all the shadows going on the same sides. So that's starting to pop now. Starting to look a bit more alive. The trick is, and it's very simple, I've just literally darkened up the undersides of things. And then I can just drag that ink out with a damp brush. Then using pure water almost to the top. And that way it goes gradually lighter as you go. Not sure what I've done here. I've created a bit of a blobness. So I need to get rid of my blobness down here. Like that. That's better. Take it up a bit more. Alright, now for the grasses. I didn't screenshot the reference. God, I'm smart. I had to look at other references, but I didn't screenshot. That's fine. I'm just going to do a wash over the grass around the bear. Some trees have a bit of blobbiness. Trees do have blobness. They do have blobness. I've got the bottoms of them darker, the tops of them lighter, because the light would be hitting the top. I'm just working my way around. Like I'll add some more solid ink, like pure ink underneath. I'll go swirls over the top a little bit. Add a few, just leave some highlighty bits at the top. Those little scrubby bits. You've got to have controlled blobbiness. Actually, you know what I could do? I could also do some little like pine trees, which is just like lines like that go that way. Just to create some trees in the background, right off in the distance. Maybe lightning has struck the darkened the tree. Yes, well there you go, that works. Let's do some trees in the background, because you've got a lot of cypressy looking trees. Well, I forgot what they're called, but spruce trees, like that. Like that. Oops. And that is just using the tip of my brush to help that. Then continue them on over this side, like that. Have them all different heights because they're not the same height. Like that. And these brushes are beautiful. These are silver black velvet. They're my watercolour brushes actually. But they've got a beautiful point on them. Even with ink, I wash them up and the next day they're just gorgeous. Again, they just hold their edge really beautifully. There we go, like that. So that just creates a bit of a tree line in against the mountains. Now, under him. Get some ground going under him. Trip, thank you for the raid. How are you, doll? What were you doing? Shout out to Trip. Hello, Piddo. Shout out. Trip 228. Trip underscore 228. How are you, doll? How are you? What's been happening? How was your stream? Hello, Carmaine. Did the shout out work? No. Why didn't that work? Shout out. Trip underscore 228. Why did my shout out break? Did that work? No. What have I done? Trip, can you? Hello, what's up? Hang on, I'm going to try again. Shout out. Trip. Oh, hang on, we'll try at. It worked last time. Shout out. At. Trip. 228. Okay, try again. That time it worked. There we go. Got it. I don't know what I did, but I did. I was lurking earlier. Oh, cool. Yeah, good. I just been, my ink dried. I'm just adding the background, and then I'm going to get back into the ink work, like the pen work on the bear. But I thought he needed a background, so I wasn't going to do a background, but then a background happened. I went a bit rogue, as you do. So what were you doing, Dale? What were you playing? Final Fantasy. That is such a beautiful game. That is such a beautiful game to watch. I love watching you play that. For anyone in my chat that doesn't know Trip228, amazing gamer, lovely dude, does art, does his own emotes and stuff, which are fabulous, and also cooks, does all the things. Thank you. Glad you like it, Dale. I thought it was going to be just a bear, and then I went, yeah, nah, it needs to be more going on. So yeah, if you want to follow someone, follow Trip, because Trip does all the things. And is an amazing gamer. Wow, you're really good. Oh, thank you, Caramaine. Thank you. I love doing it. And I'm practicing. I'm trying to do more different. I never used to do backgrounds, but I'm trying to do more backgrounds and be a bit braver. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely I'm getting there. So what do you do, Caramaine? Are you a gamer or an artist or a bit of everything? Or we all do a bit of everything. I play games, but very badly. Very badly. Oh, my God. It's embarrassing. It's fun, but it's embarrassing. I tend to scream and swear a lot when I play games. Because I'm that, yeah, I lose control. So bad. No, you're no good, Trip. Guess I won't follow then. Nah, he's funny. He's awesome. You got to follow. You're missing out if you don't. You're missing out. So I'm just going to fill in a few of these little leafy bits. Because I didn't do any detail on these. At all. Don't want to see my art? No, I go... Oh! Okie doke, cool. Jenna's my hype woman. That's what I'm all about, mate. I'm all about the hype. All about the hype. Cheers, biggies. Now, I need to do the shadow on the bear. So he's got a darker shadow coming down because all the shadows are coming that way. So the light's from behind. So I've got to plant him on the ground and do the shadow underneath him. Cheers, biggies. So I'll be doing later. I'll be having a beer with Scott when he gets home from work. I don't even know what time it is. 4 o'clock. 4 in the afternoon here. What time is it there then? Yeah, it is just practice. It is that simple. I mean, I've improved in the last few years, just drawing a little bit every day. And it's only been this year I've been starting to do backgrounds and stuff. I'm shocking at backgrounds. Almost 2 a.m. Oh my God, Trip, are you working? Are you guys, or is it? It's or hang on, it's your long weekend this weekend, isn't it, in the US? Um, hang on, what day is it? I don't even know what day it is. Shit, what day is it? It's Tuesday. Oh no, because your weekend would be over. Oh, even if it was a long weekend, it'd be over. Monday. Oh. Oh, I can't do it. I can't. I'm in bed at like 8 o'clock. I'm so old. Turn into a pumpkin at midnight. Just got to base him on the shadow. You practice trip, yeah, but I can't draw anything I've tried, but it's not my current wheelhouse. It's all about the practice. Like, I can't game, but I keep trying. Keep trying. And I have days. Not many, but yeah, there's the odd day where it works. Alright, just going to soften this up. Take out some streaks for grass up the top. Just soften that edge, because ink, that's the only thing about ink. If you're not super fast, you end up with hard edges. So just anywhere there's shadow, I'm going to go along the edges. I've already turned into a pumpkin. No! Looking great. Thank you, Biddo. Thank you, doll. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just trying to get this to not quite look so hard under his little legs. No, and it's just squiggles and squibbles. Just loose lines in rough directions. Just the effect. I just want the effect of grass. There we go. That'll do. Mate, I turn into a pumpkin at like 8:30. I have dinner and I'm usually cactus and go to bed. Because I'm an old person. Just going to fill that in. I'm not going to do any extra detail on there. Actually, I've done that too dark. I'm going to lift it quickly while it's still damp. I can lift it with my bit of blotting paper. Drag it down there into the gap in that tree there. Like that. There we go. Maybe a few more darker blades of grass just into the foreground, just behind that branch. And under there. And then there. There. Okay. Now I can get back onto me bear. Now I can get back onto me bear. Alright. So, I've managed to somehow blob ink up there. I don't quite know how I've done that, but it happens. Okay, having a look now. So I can strengthen up these lines. Because he's got quite strong fur marks. And I've got quite a lot of water. Like I clean my dip pen, get quite a lot of water on it, so that the ink flows really well. Shadow under his little mouth, just with using a bit of stippling, just a little bit of stippling. Darken up under his nostrils a little bit. I've managed to make that way too hard there. Just use a bit of stippling up onto his nose to help that have a bit of direction. Leave a little bit of the white of the paper up there. Having a quick look. I'll come down here. I love your little dinosaur. He's cute. He's cute, Biddo. Do love a dinosaur. I've got a few dinosaurs in my background pictures that I've got scrolling through. Alright. Now I've got to strengthen up these lines under here. It's a global emote. Anyone can use it. Oh, cool! I'm really shocking at stuff like that. You practice trip, but yeah, I can't draw anything I've tried, but it's not. Yeah, that's it. More, practice more. Even if it's just one little sketch a day or one, it's like gaming. The more you do it, the better you get, unless you're me, of course. Who doesn't get better with practice, do I? When it comes to gaming, yeah, nah. Go rogue, exactly. Go rogue. Go rogue. That works. So I guess get all this fur on his legs. Now this leg is in shadow because it's sort of on that other side of him, so I'll add more hair, more detail on this side. So what's your game of choice? Caramane, what's your game of choice? Are you a... oh my god, I've gone completely blank. On Final Fantasy, or... I'm a bit partial to a horror game. I have to say, I'm really bad at it, but I am a bit partial to a horror game. And a shooter-looter. You have a good GG emote. It always makes me laugh. Yeah, the corgi with the GG bum. Yeah, that's why I loved it. Loved it. It was a must-have. I am actually going to use washes on him. I wasn't going to, but I am going to. Because I just need to, I think. And I love my lol, my Elmo. My laugh out loud. He's cute. I made them with my iPad. I can't remember how to do it though. It's been so bloody long. I was going to make myself some more emotes, but I forgot how. Final Fantasy, pretty good. I like some narrative horror. Ooh, okay. Ooh, and a visual novel. Ooh, cool. Cool, cool. I've actually just bought myself Dead Space. I played it for like 3 or 4 hours, and mate, I learnt all the words. There's always YouTube. You can do it there. Excited to see the next story area. To be honest, hang on. Oh, do you have a Procreate for the iPad? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I've been doing a bit of. If you in my scrolly photos, you see down the left, I did the whales, a digital on the iPad Pro. I did, what else did I do on the iPad? The submarine. I did something else on the iPad. I can't remember. Sharks. I did the sharks. Oh my god, Dead Space. Oh, it was horrifying. Or it is horrifying. But it's fun. It's beautiful. It's really pretty, I have to say. What I'm worried about? Oh, no. Don't worry about it. Just go rogue. Just go rogue. Don't worry about stuff. Tomorrow's another day. I'm going to go in with washes. I am going to go in with washes. I'm just going to mix up a bit of ink, a bit of water. Not all over the whole bear, just in the shadow areas. Just under here. Just to fill in anywhere that I can see. You can still see the line work underneath. Like that. This side of his face is in shadow. I now realise remake is not a remake. No? What did I get? What's the... Oh, shivers. I've gone completely blank on names. Hang on, I'm going to have a look at my Steam. If I can figure out how to do it. Hang on, Steam. I can't remember the name of the games I've got. I've got library. What's it called? Resident Evil! Love all the Resident Evils. Got all the Resident Evils and the Resident Evil remakes. Played through them. Oh my god, I tried to play Resident Evil 2, the remake, the other day. That was a stupid idea trip. I tried it and I literally screamed for 10 minutes and had to stop because I hurt myself screaming. I couldn't get through like 5 minutes of it. It's been that long since I played. That's my ongoing joke. Oh no. Cold Fear was a pretty decent horror game if you like Resident Evil 4. Mate, I love all the Resident Evils. They are awesome. They are awesome. Except I'm shocking at playing them. I have to say, I did get good at a time. A long time ago. I got okay at them. But I haven't played in that long. I'm super rusty. Super rusty. Oh my god, I screamed so hard. Oh my god. Yeah. I picked up the remake. I think, actually, no, was it 3 or 4? The remake. Where all the people were trying to cut me up with chainsaws in the frickin' garden. And I screamed, and I couldn't get out. There was nothing I could do to get out of that bloody shed garden thing. And I was panicking so hard I couldn't steer, I couldn't do anything. So I just spent a lot of time swearing and dying. And then I gave up. I swore and died for about an hour and then gave up. But it was still fun. But yeah, it was just wrong. So many levels. I haven't tried. I need to actually, next time I play it, I've got to wait till there's someone who knows how to play it with me to tell me what to do while I'm in panic mode. Because otherwise... Chainsaw. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. It must have been 4 that I was playing then. Because it had the bloody chainsaw. I was screaming like a mad woman. And I couldn't focus. So next time I play it, I've got to have someone who knows how to get through that stage. So that they can tell me. So when I'm completely panicking and dying in corners and stuff, they can guide me through it. Backseat gaming allowed. How about Silent Hill? Oh my god, I've watched Silent Hill. Signals is another one. Ooh. There's so many out there that are just amazing. Whoops-a-days, I've got to just be careful here. I'm going to lift that up a little bit. Just soften that just by carefully blotting. You just have to kill a certain amount of guys and bell will ring and they all play bingo. Oh my god. Oh, my daughter played The Last of Us. Oh my god. Those bloody clickers. But yeah, my daughter played The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2. I watched her play through all of that. She's a great gamer, my daughter April. She's very good. She's a perfectionist. She's a completionist. Whatever she plays from start to finish. That's how I first got into gaming on Twitch, actually, was her. She sat with me and started to teach me because I wanted to learn how to play games. So she started to teach me how to play games. And it took off from there. It was my daughter. Okay, now this side, legs in shadow. Like that. Under his tummy. It's a cool Twitch origin story. I like it. Yeah, it was lovely. I just started watching. I think Trip was one of the very first people I met. Trip and a guy called Sarimoko. A couple of the first people I met. And yeah, my daughter got online with me and helped me. So, because I just enjoyed watching people game so much. But I thought, I want to try that. I think the art channel happened second. I don't think I had an art channel first. I think I had gaming first. I can't remember, actually. Maybe I did both. I can't actually remember. Maybe it was, oh, no, it was art. It was art first. But it was not long after I got into the gaming. Alright. So he's starting to look good. I'm going to leave the light on the back of him as the light of the paper. Now I can go back in and darken up these shadows on the inside of his leg. It looks terribly dark at the second, but it will lighten up. It does dry back more pale, but it is super dark under there. Like that. I can lift it a little bit because it is super dark. His shadow is almost in blackness. Like that. You can't be scared of shadows. Your darks have got to be super dark. like that. Okay, and then having a quick look. And you can see me looking up at my big screen occasionally because that gives me a better perspective of where things are. It's like looking in a mirror. If you look at a picture in a mirror, it gives you the proportions better. It's like I look up at the big screen and it gives me the proportions and the shadows better. I can see things much better. And I can see where the shadows need to be stronger, need to be darker. I need to shadow up inside his front legs here. Like that. And onto the top of his foot. Like that. Drag that down and around. Following the direction of his fur. Like that. Come up onto here. Like that. And I can also use the tip of this brush to create softer fur like that into these lighter areas, so it's not as hard as the pen. Not quite as harsh as the pen, but it's, you know, the tip of the brush I use exactly the same as I use a pen. Watercolour on pen is so nice. Yes. Time for bed. Take care. Good night, Dave. Thank you for hanging out, Dale. It was lovely to see you again. Yeah, I'm really getting into I'm really getting back into ink. Like I've been doing, I did a lot of watercolor over ink, but now I'm just going mad on ink. I'm loving just ink, and just playing with the tones, just playing with the tones. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. Color stresses me out. It's taking the stress out of it. Color really stresses me out. But I can see the tones in dark, so looking forward to seeing him. He's really good. I'm really bad. He's really good. He makes it look easy and lulls everyone into a false insecurity, so then you try the game and you can't play for shit because he makes it look easy. Thanks, Dave. Good night, mate. Thank you for hopping in. I'll see you when I'm looking at you, Dale. See you when I'm looking at you. It's always lovely to catch up. So use the very tip. And I'm just using a watercolour brush. You don't have to have anything special. I've got my favourite watercolour brush. As long as you wash it out like well after you use it, it's fine to use for ink. It doesn't damage it. You just got to wash it thoroughly afterwards, that's all. Just having a look anywhere that I can see that needs little... I need to go darker shadow around his eye, around here. Like that. Got to really darken up under there. Whoops. Really darken up in here. You see the ink dries back. It dries back quite a lot. There we go. Like that. Whoops. Soon after the bear comes to life and Maul's bit. Oh, love your work. Joking about the Bido pie. That's alright. Love your work. Right, now I've got to go darker around his eye. But yeah, good night, Trip. Thank you for hanging out, Dale. Always love hanging out with you, Dale. Always love hanging out with you. Cheers, big ears, and good night. Bido versus Bear, yeah. Who do you reckon would win? Speaking of Bear, where's my dog gone? He's gone. My dog's called Bear and he's hidden somewhere. Don't know where he's gone now. So I'm actually just about coming to the end of this, I think. Just about. Just adding the darkest darks. Bido's pretty legendary. Cool. Bido would win. Awesome. Not wise to bet against him. Okay, cool. Note taken. I'm sort of getting to the final touches of this guy anyway, I think. Don't reckon there's too much else I need to do. Just adding a bit more fur texture. I could probably add a little bit more softer fur coming around his face. Really good at digital. Ooh! That's good to know. So Biddo, does Biddo stream? I know I follow him. I follow Biddo. I'll have to go and have a look. Must just be on a completely different time to me. I'll have to have a look. Go back through his VODs and have a check it out. Because I love watching people do digital. Like my mate Mindsci Will. He's a beautiful digital artist. Amazing. But he does the 3D stuff. And it's mind-blowing. It's mesmerising. He speed runs also. Oh my god. Okay. Ooh. You're bad? Doesn't sound like you're bad. Doesn't sound like you're bad. Sounds like you're pretty good. I don't believe you now. I reckon. Because I love digital art. Love watching digital art. It's fascinating. And you can get so photographic with digital. I'm going to put a link to my mate Mindsci, because if you want to see someone who really knows what they're doing, oh my god, hang on, should come up, nope, Mindsci, just bear with me a second, shout out, nope, hang on, I've got to find it on my Instagram, not on my Instagram, on my Twitch, hang on my friends list, because he's got numbers at the end of his name and I can never remember the numbers at the end of his name, hang on. But you want to see a digital artist, oh my word, amazing. I think, how do I find my friends list? Hang on, friends list, my channel. Where's my friends list? Oh, here. How do I, following, there we go. Okay, where are you? I'll find him. Just bear with me a second. Hey Shane, how are you, dude? You do stream but not art? Okay. Oh my god, I've gone completely, I think it's Mindsci 18. I'm going to try it. Shout out Mindsci 18. I think it's 18. See if it works. Did it work? Hang on. Didn't work. What have I done wrong? Search. I'll find it. Hang on. Just bear with me. Pardon the pun, bear. Search. How do I search? Let me search. Oh, hang on. If I go to my... just bear with me. Is it 13 or 18? Maybe it's 13. Maybe it's 13, not 18. Mindsci 13? Yes, that's it. Mindsci 13. Okay. Shout out. Mindsci 13. Yeah, there we go. Ah! Thank you for the sub. Shout out to Shane. Shout out. Whoops. At Siren Shane. Oh my god, I can't. You think I can type today? No, I can't. Shout out at Siren Shane. There we go. There you are. Ba-ding. Ba-ding. Press that. There we go. But yeah, Mindsci, beautiful digital artist. And he does 3D stuff like game design, game dev, modelling. He does modelling and you can buy the sculptures. He's got a website and a place you can buy the sculptures and stuff. And it's amazing. It's very magical to watch. It's mesmerising. So I highly recommend going. And he's on YouTube as well. Oh! My phone's talking to me. But yeah, highly, if you want to see digital art done properly, amazing stuff. Yeah, and he does lots of monster design. Lots of sort of monsters and dark things, and it's really cool. But I sit and watch for hours. It's just magical. And what have you been up to, Shane? How's your mum going? How have you been and how's your mum? I've got to find my reference again. I've lost my reference. There it is. I'm not far from being done in this. So is it morning where you are, mate? You can see that we've got the sunset coming in my window now. We've got that glare coming into the side of my head. We're good, thanks. 7 a.m. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm glad your mum's doing better. I'm glad. Just doing the final touches on this guy. And I reckon we are just about done. So, we need to see who's on and find someone to rate. I'm going to sign this down in the bottom corner. I'm going to grab my dip pen again. I'm going to sign this little hairy bear. My little hairy bear. I'll sign it down here. And so for anyone on YouTube, thanks for hanging out. And love to see you next time. Have a great night. For anyone on Twitch, I'm going to find someone to raid. Just joined and you're finishing. I know! Well, thank you, Caramaine. It was lovely to have you here. Lovely to meet you, doll. Always. Thank you for the follow. I don't know why my alerts don't show on my screen anymore. I can hear the ding, and then I've got to look at the chat to see what happened. So thank you for the follow, Caramaine. Have a great night. Sleep well. Thank you, Biddo. You sleep well too, doll. Thank you for hanging out. We are going to go. Well, we've got a lot of gamers in here. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go and raid. I've got a few great gamer friends on at the moment. We are going... The berry's going to eat you. We are going to go and raid Cap Corgi. He's playing League of Legends. He's a great gamer. He's a lovely fella. And he's an adrenaline person. He never sleeps, this dude. He games and he works and he games and he works. So let's go raid / raid Cap Corgi. You'll love him. He's an amazing fella. And he's, yeah, really, really sweet dude. Corgi, Cap Corgi. Raid / raid Cap Corgi. Okay, hopefully that works. And I will see you all over there. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you later.